Have you ever had that moment? It's usually around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You're at your desk or in your workshop, or maybe just sitting with the newspaper. And a wave hits you. It's not just tiredness. It's a deep, systemic drain. A quiet voice whispers, "Is this it? Is this just what the rest of the journey feels like? You are not alone." And that voice is lying to you. What you're feeling isn't an inevitable surrender to age, it's a signal. It's your body's way of telling you that its natural systems, the very ones that once gave you boundless energy, unshakable confidence, and a firm foundation, have simply fallen out of tune. The good news, you are the maestro, and today we are going to get the orchestra playing in harmony again. Welcome to Men Over 50. Restore energy, confidence, and firmness naturally. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about taking control of its gears. It's about restoring what is rightfully yours, and it rests on 6 powerful, natural pillars. Point 1. Recalibrate the master hormones. Think of your hormones as your body's internal communication network. The key players: testosterone, growth hormone, insulin. Their signals get fuzzy. We're not chasing the reckless levels of a 25-year-old. We're seeking optimal levels for a man of wisdom and experience. This starts not with a needle, but with your next meal and your next night's sleep. We fix the foundation first. Point 2. Fuel with purpose, not with habit. Your body is no longer a furnace that can burn anything. It is a precision engine. The era of the bait meal, the pasta, the bread, the fill-in, the blank is over. We combat the deadly sarcopenia, the silent theft of muscle, with what I call combat protein. Strategic, clean protein at every meal, paired with the vibrant colors of nature's pharmacy. Vegetables and fruits that fight inflammation cell by cell. Point 3. Move with intention, not injury. Forget the marathons of your youth if they no longer serve you. The goal is not punishment, it is strength preservation. This means strategic resistance training. Lifting heavy enough to tell your body, we are still building, we are not retiring. This is what restores physical firmness, which is the absolute bedrock of mental firmness. Point 4. Master your stress chemistry. Cortisol isn't just a stress hormone. When it's chronically high, it's a stealth bomb for your energy, your belly fat, and your confidence. It literally tells your body to store fat and break down muscle. We will not just manage stress, we will hack it. Through controlled breath work, just 5 minutes a day that directly signals your nervous system to stand down. You become the calm in your own storm. Point 5. Reclaim the deep sleep sanctuary. Sleep is not passive. It is your body's most aggressive nightly renovation project. This is when growth hormone is released, tissues are repaired, and the brain is cleansed. We will engineer your sleep environment and routine like a sacred ritual. Cool, dark, and digital free. This is non-negotiable. It is your most powerful natural reset button. Point 6. Reignite your purpose and connection. Confidence isn't just a feeling. It's a record of evidence. The energy and firmness we rebuild need a direction. What is your what for? Is it mentoring, a new venture, mastering a skill, and connection real shoulder to shoulder camaraderie, boosts testosterone and buffers stress? Find your tribe. Your vitality needs a mission. Let's begin where everything begins, with the invisible conductors of your entire symphony, your master hormones. For decades, you didn't have to think about them. They hummed along in the background, a seamless orchestration of energy, drive, recovery, and vitality. You could burn the candle at both ends, skip a meal, lose a night's sleep, and still feel strong. But around this time, that changes. The music starts to falter, the instruments fall out of sync, and you feel it not as one dramatic symptom, but as a creeping totality, a slow leak in your tank, a fog over your focus, a softening of the physical and mental edge you once took for granted. This is not a random affliction. It is a biological recalibration, and if you don't consciously intervene, the body defaults to a state of conservation, of lowered output. But here is the profound truth we must embrace. This recalibration can be guided. We are not passive passengers in this process. The goal is not to chase the volatile, often unsustainable hormone levels of a 25-year-old. That is a fool's errand. The goal is to restore optimal hormonal harmony for the man you are now, wiser, more capable, and deserving of a foundation that supports your highest purpose. Think of your endocrine system as a delicate, intricate ecosystem. The key players, testosterone, insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone, are in a constant conversational dance. When one shouts, another whispers. The problem for most men over 50 is that the conversations have become shouts and silences. Testosterone, the maestro of your male vitality, gradually lowers its volume. This isn't just about libido, it's about the very signal that tells your body to build muscle, to burn fat for fuel, to maintain bone density, and to spark motivation and competitive drive. As its voice softens, the voice of its antagonist, cortisol, the stress hormone, often becomes a dominant roar. Cortisol is essential in bursts, but chronically elevated. It becomes a catabolic force, literally breaking down tissue, promoting abdominal fat storage, and further suppressing testosterone. It's a vicious cycle. Meanwhile, insulin, the nutrient shuttle hormone, can become resistant. Your cells stop listening to its knock, leaving sugar stranded in your bloodstream to be stored as fat, fueling inflammation and sapping energy. And growth hormone, your nightly repair and renewal crew, finds its access blocked by poor sleep and high cortisol. So, how do we recalibrate? We start not with external supplies, but with the master levers we control every single day. The first and most profound lever is sleep. Deep, restorative sleep is the prime time for growth hormone release and for neutralizing cortisol. It is the non-negotiable foundation of hormonal repair. Without it, every other effort is an uphill battle. The second lever is strategic nutrition. We combat insulin resistance by removing the constant drip, feed of refined sugars and processed carbohydrates that bombard the system. We replace them with high-quality proteins and healthy fats that provide steady energy and the raw materials for hormone production. Specific nutrients like zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D are not optional supplements. They are essential factors your body uses to manufacture its own testosterone. The third lever is the type of movement we engage in. Long, grinding cardio sessions can actually elevate cortisol. Instead, we focus on short, intense resistance training and compound lifts. These acts of strength send a powerful anabolic signal directly to the body: build, preserve, fortify. This signal directly boosts testosterone and growth hormone output and improves insulin sensitivity. Finally, we must address the silent killer, chronic stress. Through deliberate practices like controlled breathwork, meditation, or even mindful walking, we actively lower the cortisol volume in the room, allowing the other, more constructive hormonal voices to be heard clearly again. This is recalibration. It is a daily, intentional tuning of the instruments so your symphony can play with power, precision, and grace for all the acts yet to come. So, let us be clear about what this journey truly is. It is not a desperate scramble backward, clutching at the fading echoes of youth. That is a race you will always lose. This is the conscious, proud march forward into a different kind of power. We have laid out a map built on 6 undeniable pillars of natural law: recalibrating your master hormones, fueling with purpose, moving with intention, mastering your stress chemistry, reclaiming deep sleep, and reigniting a definitive purpose. This is not a pick-and-choose menu. This is a synergistic system. Each pillar supports the other. Neglect one, and the entire structure groans. Embracing them all transforms not just your body, but the very experience of your life. The afternoon slump, the self-doubt, the feeling of softness, these are not your destiny. They are merely symptoms of a system that has been allowed to fall silent. You now hold the knowledge to turn the volume back up on life itself. What you are embarking upon is the reclamation of your foundational self. The energy we speak of is not the jittery, caffeine-fueled kind, but a deep, renewable current drawn from cellular efficiency and hormonal harmony. The confidence is not arrogance, but the quiet, unshakable certainty that comes from knowing your body will respond when you call upon it, that you are physically and mentally reliable. The firmness is both literal and metaphorical. It is the restored muscle that supports your frame and the steadfast resilience that supports your spirit. This is about building a man who is not diminished by time, but distilled by it. A man who is harder to break, because his foundation has been intentionally reinforced with every meal, every workout, every night of deep sleep, and every mastered breath. This path demands something of you. It demands honesty, to look at your plate, your habits, your stress, and your sleep without excuse. It demands consistency, not perfection, but the daily, dedicated return to the principles that serve you. It demands that you become the chief engineer of your own vitality, moving from a passive passenger to an active pilot. But in return, it offers you nothing less than a renaissance. It offers you the vitality to fully engage with your family, your passions, and your legacy. It offers you the confidence to step into new challenges, to lead, to contribute, and to compete, with life itself, from a position of strength. It offers you the firmness to stand as an unshakable pillar in your own story. Therefore, let that moment of fatigue, that whisper of doubt, be your final warning from the old life. Let it be the spark, not the epitaph. Walk out of this room not simply informed, but activated. Your second prime does not wait for permission. It waits for your decision. Start tonight with your next meal, with your commitment to be in bed, screens off, reclaiming that sacred sleep. The symphony of your potential is waiting. You have been given the score. Now, lift the baton and begin. Thank you, truly. Thank you for investing this time in yourself, for listening, for engaging, and for considering a different path forward. This isn't just information, it's an invitation to choose a stronger, more vibrant, and more confident chapter. Take this knowledge, apply just one piece of it this week, and feel the difference for yourself. You have everything you need to begin. Now, go and build your renaissance. Goodbye, and may your journey be powerful.